everybody. Welcome back. We're going to talk to our last coach. We were going to talk to Rick Rice. Can't get a hold of Coach Rice, but we are going to roll out to Rockville High School. Go talk to the head coach of the Rockets. His big wins last year over Blackman and Smyrna. He finished 5-6 overall, 2-3 in the region. This will be his third season as the Rocket head coach. We join with us the head coach of the Rockets, head coach Ryan Guthrie. How you doing tonight, Coach?
I'm good, Stuart.
Well,
how you doing?
I'm doing really good. I've talked to a few coaches tonight, and talked to Tygard, talked to Creasy, talked to Rankin. I've talked to Hester, talked to now. I'm over to you, and you're getting ready to get into your third season, and got a lot of good guys coming back on defense. But I'll let you talk about that. But so you're in the business of you're in the turf business now, aren't you? Are you in the turf business or the field house business? I think you're in the turf business right now, aren't you?
We are in the turf business. Yeah, we're over halfway there. We're in pretty good shape. I think we've got a turf design that's really awesome. But the biggest thing, the reason we need a turf is because we're landlocked. I mean, we're outside of town. Out in Rockville, it's kind of country, but we're actually landlocked where the school is because the middle school's in the front. And we don't have enough space to practice for all our teams to practice, our soccer team, our freshman football team, our varsity football team. We just don't have enough space. So the biggest reason we need turf is it's not just to be pretty. We need it out of necessity. So just need that extra space to have for our teams to practice.
And
we've been working.
You did get a practice field, and just talk about when you start talking about the money you put into just getting a place that's not a bare spot, that's 100 by 50. Talk a little bit about that, because y'all spent a lot of money just on the practice field itself.
We did when I got here 4 years ago. I mean, it's just a spot of grass, and it's just fescue and weeds, and it didn't last long. You start practicing on it, it doesn't last long. Fescue doesn't really repair itself like Bermuda does. So we had bald spots, and we had rocks, and we had stumps, and our kids practiced, and I think they're pretty tough kids to have to do that. And then last year we finally I just decided we were going to change that, and we were going. Our kids deserve it, so we raised some money, and we spent about $65,000 rebuilding that field and that practice field. But then it's only 50 by 8. It's only 80 yards long, so it makes for a trouble, or it makes for an issue trying to get everybody space to practice and have enough space to do the drills and things that they need to do. So. But I mean, everybody rallied around, and we got it done, and got a fence put around it, and so it's a nice place to practice now.
Yeah, and for a school that hasn't been in progress, you guys have probably grown the quickest. I mean, you had to grow up. I don't want to say, but you have to grow up fast in this region in order to survive, or otherwise you'll end up in that slow growth like Stewart's Creek did. And it just took a long time for Stewart's Creek to catch on with the momentum. The students kept coming, but they just never could catch it. Now they are. They're caught up now. But there for a while, it just seemed like is Stewart's Creek ever going to catch on and start coming out of it?
Yeah. Well, we just know that Rockville's a great place. In my opinion, the best place in the county, and the best place to be, and so we've got to build our facilities up to match that. And so we're trying to get this turf project down, and we're doing a video board at the same time. The biggest reason is because our our scoreboard's not in great shape, and it's on the wrong end of the field, so we want to move it to the other end of the field, and we were going to have to buy a new one anyway, so we might as well go ahead and do a video board too. That way we can do some advertisements on that. We can, showcase our kids and our program, and we're just really excited about the whole project, and things are going pretty well.
Well, and it's not only football that we use that, but it's other sports. If you host a band or you're doing track, and you can
Oh,
interlay that video, and there's
yeah,
so many things that you can do to promote your school.
yeah, and everybody in our community will end up using that field at one point or another. So, it's a thing. It's a facility for the community, not just for football.
Exactly, exactly. Well, let's get down to the kids. That's the reason why we're here. Coming back, what do you got coming back, defensive, offensively? I mean, as far as experience, what do you got, Coach?
Well, we lost two of our three defensive linemen, but the one we got coming back is going to be a junior. He was a sophomore last year, played every snap for us. He's a tremendous player. Got great strength, great quickness. One of the best kids in our building, Melvin Boone. We're just really excited about him. He's just a great kid with some great ability. Um, Devontae Porter played outside linebacker for us last year. Was an all-region kid. He's got a couple of offers. He's gonna move from outside backer back to strong safety, and because that's where we feel like he can be the most productive. Jalen Morgan's coming back. We've
Yep.
had him for 3 years, and he's coming back to free safety for us. Malik Hicks is back at corner. We've got to find another corner. And then we're looking for linebackers. Uh, we lost one of our linebackers recently to another school, to a transfer. But and then we got to replace. So we got to replace both outside linebackers, and we've got to replace all four of them actually. So we've got a couple of kids that played a little bit last year at inside backer, and so we feel like they're going to be able to step up and do some good things. But we got to replace. We got to find places for those, or find replacements for those two outside guys.
Offensively, of course, you lose the quarterback, and then and that's a tough one to replace. But and especially, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just going to say, yeah. And then uh, the kid that we had coming up, it was going to be a senior that's got 7-8 games experience because of injury to Brennan. We also lost him to another school, so we're getting picked apart a little bit. But we're going to win with who we got, and our kids are going to step up and do what they've got to do. I just feel like I just feel like we're trying to do things the right way. It's hard and it takes longer to build a culture and to do things the right way. We live in such a credit card society that everybody wants everything now. But I really feel like if you're going to build a football program and build a culture, it just takes a while. And so that's the way we're going to do it. We're not going to do things that are unethical, and we're just going we're going to treat our kids the right way, and we're going to do things the right way, and we're going to teach them how to be young men and young leaders, and that's the way we're going to do it. And that's going to be the Rockwell way. So it just takes a little bit longer. We're not probably going to be winning any state championships in the next year or two, but we're going to give it a darn good shot, and we're going to do it with kids that want to be here and that believe in what we're doing.
Well, and it's a part of it. They gotta want to. Some kids think transferring is the best way for me and where I'm going, but it doesn't make any difference wherever they go. They still got to perform when they get over there, or if they stay with you. No matter what, they still got to earn their spot. So it's not just because they think, well, I'm going over here and it's going to be a cakewalk. Whoever they went to, that coach, and you probably know where they went. They're not gonna. It's fun and games. Hey, we're glad to have you. Here's your uniform. Get to work. You still going to have to produce.
There's not a college coach that I've ever met or ever talked to in my 30 years that cared where they played. Well, all they care about is what they do. Their resume is their film.
Yeah,
What
can
kind
you
of
play for
character
me?
that kid has, and it doesn't matter where you play. So if they can put it on film, then they'll find them, and good things will happen. So
Any
that's where
coaching?
we're at. And
Any coaching
what?
staff changes? Any coaching staff changes?
We had a few, yeah. Coach Nelson, our D-line coach, is having to step away. He he actually lives in Cookeville and drives from Cookeville every day, and he also has a construction business. So it's just gotten to where he just can't do it and run his construction business at the same time. So he's going to have to step back. Coach Wise is going was our receiver coach. He's going to step back for a couple of years, and he's got some family issues he's working with. But so yeah, we're going to move some things around. Coach Everly was our offensive coordinator. He's going to go to receivers. We're going to move Dakota Crane up to offense coordinator and try to give him a shot and help him grow as as a young coach, because he played for me and Coach Everly both. So his growth and you know, his rise is important to us. I'm going to go back to O-line. Coach Ingram, who's been coaching our tight ends, is going to go to D-line. And then we're hiring a new freshman head coach. And so there's a few things, you know, mixing around a little bit there, but for the most part, it'll be status quo.
And always a great place to be, as you say, on Friday night is out at the lunch pad, and always welcomed out there. You guys treat me great, and we'll be back again this fall. And always a pleasure having you on Inside the Headset. You know, you kick the week off, so you own, whether we meet on Sunday or Monday, you kind of start the pace as we get into the season. But enjoy our relationship and enjoy continuing the show in the fall with you.
Yeah, man, we look forward to it. Always glad to have you, Stuart.
All righty. Well, thank you, Coach. And Rick Rice has gotten back to me, so I'm going to call him and let him be last. But we appreciate you being on the Wednesday night edition of Inside the Headset.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
All righty. Bye-bye.